Hello YouTube, how are you getting on? Hope you've been good since the last time I was on. I'm back in my favourite little woodland. I have no Barney with me today, gave him the day off. Poor fella looked tired. So yeah, I'm going to be camping among the Ramsons tonight. So there'll be no chance of the vampires getting me. And while I'm cooking this evening, I said, you know what, may as well use some of the wonderful food provided by Nature's Ladder, and we'll use the wild garlic in the recipe. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. So yeah, some of you may very well recognise these woods. This is my favourite little woodland, and I love coming here. I really do. The pack is a little bit heavy on me this evening, but that's because I'm actually going to cook a dinner. I could have reduced the waste by an awful lot if I decided to have one of the dehydrated meals, but sure, cooking is half the fun, isn't it? Don't know what's wrong with my external microphone. When I connect it up, my video it's just recording voice basically, it's just recording audio, and there's no video. So hopefully the sound is okay on this. I'll check it out a little later on, see if there's something I can do with it. Alright, I'm going to carry on in here, and we'll give you a shout when we get all set up. Well guys, this is the 3FUL Lanchan 2. Now, an awful lot of YouTubers have been featuring this tent recently. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I got this last year, although it is the 2026 version. So if you haven't seen it, let me go through a few little bits with you. Let me show you what I'm after doing. Made some alterations to it. Originally there was a ram's head clip just here for the doors. I've changed it out. I've put in 2 bungees. I've put in an extra bit of line here, and that runs all the way down to a peg here. So for me it makes it a little bit more taut. And I've also added another guy line here to the top. So this is onto the ridge line, and this is coming down here, and it pulls out the sides. There is guy lines on the sides of this originally, but this just gives it a little bit more structure and makes it a little bit more secure in the wind. The zips on this, if you haven't seen it, so they're YKK waterproof zips, and we just zip that up. And on the door, they've gone away from the J door, which is excellent news, and they've put in a T-zip. Oh God, look at the... yeah, I should have probably swept it out after the last camp. So there's a T-door on this now, which makes it much more functional, a lot more accessible, and a lot easier. And I'm just going to zip these up. Would you believe there are midges around? Now, we've none this evening so far, because there's a nice little breeze there. It's not terribly windy or anything, but there is a nice breeze. And there's a wonderful smell of garlic. The whole place is just reeking of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So nobody will know it's my breath in the morning. I think I foreclosed the garlic for this dish I'm doing this evening. Yeah, so that's the 2026 3FUL Lanchan 2. This is not the Pro version. The Pro version doesn't have an inner, so it gives you a little bit more room, but it's also much more prone to condensation. And in a country like Ireland, where we have an awful lot of rain, an awful lot of damp ground, and I think condensation is something that we're going to have to endure while we're camping. So this kind of makes the the best of it. It's a wonderful tent to sleep in. There's plenty of room. They do say it's a 2-person tent. It's not a 2-person tent, guys. It's a 1-person with loads of room for you and your dog. Yeah, maybe I should have brought Barney with me this evening. So that's the tent, guys, in all its glory, and I think it's absolutely wonderful. You can see I have the line down here as well, the extra guy line on to pull out the sides of it. It just makes the whole lot so much more taut, and as I said, so much more usable. I'm not quite sure why it's only featuring now. I said I've had this 2026 version since last year, but it seems like some people are only getting their hands on it now. This is a sil nylon version. They do a sil poly version. I don't have a price on it, and I haven't actually seen it online, but I know it's available. The difference between sil nylon and sil poly is sil nylon, when it gets wet, it tends to sag a little bit, so you have a little bit more adjustment to do coming out and tightening up your guidelines, just pulling on these here and just tightening them up that little bit. Whereas the sil poly sheds water a lot more, doesn't absorb nearly as much. Difference being, sil poly is also a little bit heavier, so look, it's horses for courses, and it's whatever happens to suit you at the time. Well, that's it, right? I'm going to get myself sorted, and not trying to eat yet, but will be shortly, and we'll get some food on. I'm just going to get the inner of the tent set up now. I'm going to get the sleep mat in, get the sleeping bag in, and just get it all fluffed up. But yeah, I'm a long way from getting into the tent just yet. Well, you know the way I always try to bring you something new and something different? Well, this is it. One of them. This is the Banjack's Camper jacket. Get a load of that logo. And not only that, why don't I do a twirl for you? Look at that. 15 euros on Temu. You couldn't shake it with a big stick. And the second thing, and more importantly than any jacket that I have to show you, bear with me, hang on, let's bring you over. So guys, the thing I'm most excited about. Yes, what is that, you may ask? And yes, you may well ask. This is my new cafetiere, if you like. So really simple. This unscrews. Let's put the bag down. This unscrews. Coffee goes in there. This is a little plunger. Yeah. That screws back on, and you just dip it into your coffee. I suppose, look, you can use this as a diffuser for tea or whatever, but just dip it into your coffee, leave it there for 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever you wish, whatever way you like the strength of your coffee, and just to get the last out of it, you just press down on this little guy, and there's your coffee. Happy days. Now, how good is it? I have absolutely no idea. Well, I'm going to try it out now. I have the gas going, so we have some water boiling, and yeah, looking forward to sitting back with the coffee. That was a really quick setup, by the way. I think the tent went up in, I don't know, less than 10 minutes anyways, 6-7 minutes maybe. So it was a really quick setup. It's not a massively long walk in either, but the weight of the pack, there was quite a bit in it, as I said, because I'm cooking this evening. You're bringing the frying pans and what have you, you know. But look, I'm not complaining. The pack, by the way, that's the other thing I want to talk to you about. I have a new pack, so a little later on I'll go through that. I didn't want to go through this any earlier really, because I hadn't really tried it out. Excuse me, but I've had it out now a few times, and I'll go through it and let you have a look. This pack, by the way, was absolutely slated in a review by Luke from the Outdoor Gear Review. He absolutely slated this. He couldn't have hated this pack anymore, but I'm not quite sure why he hated it. I'll let you have a look at that a little later on. That's not bad. Yeah, and I think I probably could have left it to infuse for a little longer. Maybe another 2 or 3 minutes might have been a good idea. But then I'm not using an insulated mug, as you can see, so it probably would have gone cold. So where do you go from there? Yeah. So the plan for this evening is some... What am I doing this evening? No, I'm not going to do the crow. I was going to do the curry earlier. So, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing some pil prawns. And we're going to use some of the wonderful wild garlic that's here around us. In that, going to use shallots, some garlic cloves. Don't need much because I'm really going to be depending on the garlic here, the wild garlic, the Ramson, as they call it, to lift the flavour that little bit. For the breakfast tomorrow, if I have a breakfast, I'm not a big breakfast person, but if I have a breakfast, I have a couple of sausages and I have a couple of eggs. That'll be it. I'm not a massive eater in the morning, so long as I have my coffee. That's the main thing. I'm going to chill here. I'm going to have the coffee. When I bring you back, I'm going to bring you back and just briefly go through the bag that I have, the rucksack. It's the Rock 65, I believe they call it, from Nature Hike. As I said, Luke from the Outdoor Gear Review tore this bag apart, said it was the worst thing he had ever tested in his life, and I have absolutely no idea where he was coming from. I find it absolutely fantastic. It's really comfortable again. Anyway, look, stop. I'll get into this later. Chat to you then. I have me coffee. Well guys, this is the wild garlic, or Ramson as it's also known. A little trick when you're picking wild garlic. Just have a look at this. That's bird poo. And there's bird poo there. So, you really want to try and avoid that. So apart from looking for the obvious, the bird poo on the top, if you just pull away the main leaves, you'll find fresh garlic in underneath. And that's what you're looking for. Be nice and tender and tasty, and of course it'll be free of bird poo, because let's face it, I know I talk a lot of shite, but I really don't like to eat it. I'm not going to be cooking it just yet, but the light is starting to fade, so it's time to get it cut up. So what we're going to do first is take the Ramsons and cut them up very small, fine chop, as they say. That's as fine a chop as you can get using a knife like this without a cutting board on a plate. So we're going to get these all chopped up. They're not going to be put in yet. What I am going to do is, now this really should be baked. This should be done in an oven. But obviously, listen, wild camping, we got to make exceptions, and we got to bend the rules a little bit. So what we're going to do with this is I'm going to heat oil up in the frying pan with some finely chopped cloves of garlic. I'm hoping that I've brought my chili seeds with me. I'm not sure whether I have or not, but they need to go in there. So I'll be checking that out to see that I do. It can work without the chilies. It won't be as hot or as flavoursome. So we're going to get them in there, get the oil heated up nice and hot. We're going to throw in the prawns, and I did say it was going to be pil prawns, didn't I? So we're going to throw in the prawns and leave them cook for about 5-7 minutes, and about a minute before the prawns have cooked, we're going to throw in the wild garlic. The wild garlic cooks really easy. You've kind of got to be gentle with it, not gentle with it when you're chopping it up. So the more you chop and tear it apart, the better. It releases all those flavours. But it really doesn't require much cooking at all. A couple of minutes is fine. I have noticed that some of the wild garlic has some flowers coming out on it, and one of my favourite things to eat is the flowers on the wild garlic. So anyway, I'm going to get my bits and pieces, my shallots and my garlic chopped up, and just get it all ready to chuck into the pan. And we're going to eat this with some crispy bread. What else? Now, if I had it my way, I would probably toast it. But again, I mean, I know I could toast it, I could use the gas, but while I'm using the gas to toast the bread, the prawns are going to go cold, you know, so it's, yeah, catch-22, isn't it? Right, guys, I usually forget something, and tonight's no exception. So I forgot the chili flakes. So I got into my little spices here. I've salt and pepper, curry powder, garlic pepper, and turmeric. None of them are chili, so I think I'm going to use a bit of garlic pepper. It's going to be very garlicky, so we'll use a bit of garlic pepper. And do you know what? I've got to change it completely. I might throw a little bit of curry powder in on top of that. Look, I make things up as I go along. I'm absolutely no chef. Not like my son now, who's an absolutely brilliant chef. Worked on their Michelin star chefs for his career. So, yeah, he'd be very embarrassed if he saw the sorts of stuff that I cook up. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use a bit of garlic pepper and maybe throw a bit of curry in. It's just, I may as well. I've nothing else to throw into it, so we'll see how it goes. It just might go terribly wrong. I'm sure. Oh, stuff. I'm sure I'll eat it anyway. Let's see how it goes. I'm just getting that pan good and hot there. That's some olive oil in there. And into that, we'll put in the garlic and the shallots. We want all those flavours to infuse into the oil, because the oil is going to be used. It's a very important part. Back to the pan. Let's have a look. No, I don't want these to burn, and it's very easy to burn. You can see the flame is fairly concentrated there. Let me see if I can hold this. I want to turn down that flame. I really just want to heat these a little more slowly, and see how we go from there. It smells gorgeous. It's only the onion and the garlic so far, but it smells gorgeous. Yes, something I didn't tell you that I'm also putting into it is some roasted peppers. So I'm going to chop them up as well, and the roasted peppers are going to go into it too. So it should, visually anyway, it should look really nice. And well, we'll see how the flavours go. As I said, I forgot my chilies. I have no idea how I did. I was convinced that I had them in the spice bag, but yeah, they weren't there. So anyway, sure, let's see how we go. I'm sure, listen, it's all going to be edible. I'm really hungry, and when I'm this hungry, I'd eat anything at all. Now guys, that's what we're looking at there so far, and it's time, now the prawns are cooked, so it's time to add the ramsons, which, as you saw, we finally chopped earlier. So I just go in there. We'll just leave them in there and cover them and just let the heat do its job. Well guys, this is what you're looking at. Yeah, I had a plan. I had a plan for these. I was going to have, how do you find it, a nice rosé with it. Brought my glass and everything. But it's a cork. Guess who doesn't have a corkscrew? Now I could make bits of it, and yeah, do you know what? It's not worth it. I don't want to drop a wine that much. But yeah, DJI really need to provide a better tripod with bigger feet. The amount of times this camera has fallen over this evening is ridiculous. And let's see if I can leave that somewhere where it won't fall. No, it's going to fall there. Let's try that. And let's see how this goes. I don't know if I can actually pick one of these pieces of bread up. But yeah, it's all going to fall apart. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to eat some knife and fork. Let's taste the prawn. Yeah, very nice. And taste some of the roast peppers and the wild garlic. And let's see, what are we into? Oh. Oh, that's delicious. That is absolutely delicious. Yeah, I really needed to toast the bread because there's so much liquid on this. I was just kind of turned the bread to mush. But I'll find a way of getting it down to the belly. Don't worry about that. Okay. I'm going to get stuck into this. Let me just taste another little piece there. Oh wow. That is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so listen, I'm going to get this into me. Without me wine, lesson learned, always take a corkscrew. Well guys, I'm stuffed. Yeah, I'm a wimp. Couldn't finish it. You know what? The star of the show was the wild garlic and the peppers. I could happily have eaten that without the prawns. They were fine. They just didn't add anything to the dish. But the flavour of the wild garlic and the peppers, that was just delicious. Right guys, I should have done this. Hang on, I'm going to turn that around there. I should have done this when we had a little bit more light. But I just wanted to talk to you about the 60 litre, not 65 as I said earlier. Nature Hike Rock backpack. So I've been using it a little while now. Excuse the dirt of it. Good thing about filming in the dark, you can't see the dirt of it. So it's a roll top bag. It fits absolutely loads. It does fit mountains. There's a massive big piece of mesh here at the front, and that pocket holds loads. We have a smaller pocket up the top of it as well. We have two meshes on the side here, which is great for holding your water comfortably. Take a 1.5 litre bottle each, no problems whatsoever. On the straps we have a small little pocket here, which is, do you know what, just about enough for a very small water bottle or a twig. You could perhaps maybe hold your mobile phone in it. Down here we have two pockets on the strap there, which again, they're small enough, they're fine for holding little treats. I think I have actually a treat or some description in here. What have I got? No, I've taken them out. I think I had some nuts in there at one stage. So being a roll top, there's no brain, but being a roll top, it is absolutely massive the amount of stuff you can get into this bag. So not all 60 litre bags are created equal, and this one certainly isn't. Now, comfortability wise, yeah, I found this very comfortable. I found the straps were great. The sternum strap on it was absolutely brilliant. I had no issues. I felt that, you know, all the weight was being put onto my hips. There was very little on my shoulders, which was fantastic. However, and this is a big however, I did not have a long hike in here this evening, perhaps maybe a mile and a half maybe. It was not a long hike. Temperature was only down to about, it's maybe about 9 or 10 degrees. It's not a cold night, but it's not particularly hot. And this is the back. This was right up against my back. And lads, when I tell you my t-shirt, my fleece and my jacket were absolutely soaking. As in, that was on a small hike. So yeah, I think you're going to sweat quite a bit in this. But that aside, this bag is absolutely wonderful, and it's light. It's very lightweight. So, you know, I've got some bags there, particularly the Bergen now, and my God, the weight of this is crazy before you add anything to it. So this is a lovely, lovely bag. I will sacrifice the sweating. I'm just going to bring, in future, I'm just going to bring a spare t-shirt with me. But I am surprised that, like, it's not a really warm evening by any stretch of the imagination. It's not cold, but the amount of sweat, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, it actually felt like I had actually dipped my t-shirt into a basin of water and just threw it on me, which is kind of crazy. So I have my fleece and jacket over a branch there just to kind of dry them out a little bit. I do have my down jacket on, which is great. If I didn't have the down jacket, I could have been in trouble tonight. I really could. I could have been turning back, which is something I really don't want to do. But anyway, that is the Rock 60 litre from Nature Hike, and it's an excellent backpack. I would recommend this, but you're going to sweat. What else can I say? You're going to sweat. So that's the holy all of that. Have I anything else to show you? Anything new? No, I told you about me jacket. New pair of trousers as well. I have, I don't know if you can see this. I have the Revolution Race trousers in blue, and I've had them on a couple of times now, but yeah, very comfortable. Plenty of pockets. Grand for going through the bush and getting, you know, going through the briars. They'll pull, and I haven't had any threads loose or anything like that. No sign of the damage done to them, so that's absolutely fine. Again, I'll try these out for another while before I can actually give a verdict on them. But so far, so good. I'm really, really liking them. And every time you look at the Revolution Race website, there always seems to be a 50% sale. I don't know if they sell anything at full price at all. So, there we have it. Well, you know what? That's a lovely thumbnail, actually. If I knew how to photograph using a DJI camera, I'd be laughing. Alright guys, I'm going to sit back. I think I am going to have another coffee. I may as well. I can lie on tomorrow, sure. I've nothing to get up for. So it's that lovely thing to be able to say on a Monday night. I've nothing to get up for in the morning. So yeah, I think I will. I'm going to have another coffee, and the birds have all stopped singing, so everything's gone very quiet here. There's a slight breeze getting up, but you couldn't even call it the wind. It's a slight breeze. And I'm going to have a little listen, see can we hear any badgers or any foxes around. There's foxes over that side, and there's a couple of badgers over there as well. But to be honest with you, apart from seeing the evidence of them, I've actually never seen them or even heard them myself. And I've camped in these woods quite a lot. I absolutely love these woods. They're fantastic. They really are. And I kind of need it tonight, you know, with a bit of a rough week. I buried my sister-in-law on Saturday, and yeah, it's rough. It's tough, you know. It's not easy. And I can't even have a glass of wine to toast her. Anyway, Teresa, if you're up there, you know I'm thinking about you anyway. Guys, just coming over to check out whether I'm going to be able to wear my fleece or not. And you know what, lads, it's still very damp. I don't think it's going to get any drier out here, so I'll just take it into the tent with me. And my jacket. Did I already show you the back of the jacket, lads? Yeah, the jacket's still wet. So do you know what? It's not going to get any drier here. I'm going to take this and put it inside the tent. It might dry a little bit in there, but there's a bit of a dew starting now. So yeah, that's it. So there's the sleep system. I'm sure you've all seen it before. It's a Nature Hike pillow on this occasion. The Rad Mass and the Rad bag, which I'm going to use as a quilt, as I don't think I'm going to need a bag tonight. Well, just in case, I do have some down booties And I do have some foot warmers. Oh, I do have a little spider. Can you see him? Look at that. Yeah. I'll just take him away there. I'll just let him sit over the guidelines. I'm just looking at the tent here. Yeah, there's a bit of a dew on the tent. It's not much, but there's a bit of a dew there. So yeah, I think there's a better chance of the fleece drying inside. Well lads, I had enough of that cold for tonight, so I'm in the tent and snug as a bug on the rug, and I'm glad to be. There's a slight breeze out there, but it's a chilly one. Oh, I have my fleece hanging up there to dry for the morning, so I reckon I'm going to need that in the morning. It's probably going to be cold, and yeah, I'm all tired and I have a full belly, so yeah, I'm all ready to sleep. Guys, I'll chat to you in the morning. In my head, I'm having breakfast. I'm gonna have sausage and eggs. Whether I actually do that in the morning or not, I'm not too sure. So yeah, I'm going to say good night to you for now, and we'll chat you in a few hours. Well, good morning guys. That wasn't the best night's sleep I've ever had. It took me ages to get off. Everything was... The pillow was too hard. The mattress was too hard. It's all about overinflation. So I took the pillow down to quite a lot of air out of it. I didn't touch the mattress because, yeah, I said I'd suffer it. Oh. But look, I managed 5.5 hours. It's not too bad. It's time to get up. The birds are shouting. There's a jay not too far from me. He's been screaming for the last 10 minutes. About, I don't know, an hour and a half ago maybe, there was a helicopter hovering overhead. I was like, a helicopter? Oh my God, I have no idea. Right, time to get up and get a bit of breakfast. I'll chat you in a few. Oh, that first sip of coffee, guys. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm liking that coffee diffuser thingy. Get it. That's it, lads. It's a good job. Makes a nice coffee. Yeah. I know I've been called a coffee snob once or twice, but seriously, why would you not have a good coffee? There's some of the muzzies leaving the tent now that the door is open. I did get bitten on the head. I have yeah, I'd say it was a midge. I said a midge bite in the head. But hey, look, it's okay. I won't be doing what I done last time, and I will be treating it when I get home and throwing a bit of antiseptic cream on it. I have horror stories to tell about holes in the back of my head from midge bites. But right, going to get this into me and we'll get on a bit of breakfast. Well, just before I get the breakfast on, sitting down in the chair, and I spotted something all the way across here. Bring it across. Look at that. Oops. Look at that. That, my friends, is the flower of a wild garlic. Isn't it really, really nice? It's lovely. I'm not sure about garlic for breakfast. Well, that's tasty. There's more flavour. It's stronger than eating just the leaves. It's really nice. So, right. Let's get this breakfast on. It won't be anything much. Well guys, that's me all packed up. As you can see, apart from a bit of flattened Ramsons, there's no trace left. Oh, thanks very much for coming along with me, guys. I enjoyed that camp, even though sleep was not great. It could have been a lot better. But lesson learned: don't inflate the pillow too much, nor the mattress. I think you need to have a little bit of a give in it. I don't know why it hasn't bothered me on previous camps, so I'm not sure. Maybe it just wasn't tired enough. I don't know. Guys, that's me all done and dusted, and another camp in the bag. We'll see you all on the next one. Until then, mind yourselves and take care. We'll catch you later. All the best.